Brexit. Britain has been told to forget the EU and look to its real rivals in Asia and America, a Tory MP has claimed, although the UK did not agree any provisions relating to financial services. One Tory MP has claimed there shouldn't be any concerns for the sector going forward post-Brexit. Tory MP for Hitchin and Harpenden Bim Ofalami told Express.co.uk the UK's real competitors in the sector are Singapore, Hong Kong and New York, not Brussels, and should be Britain's targets going forward. Now free from the EU, the MP also claimed Britain cannot be sucked into a conflict with Brussels to grant equivalence to financial firms. Instead, Mr. Ofalami insisted the UK must continue to have a global outlook if it is to succeed in having a successful future away from the EU. He said, "When I speak to people, senior people in the sector, they all tell me, they spend a lot of time thinking about what's going on in Asia. That's not to say they don't think about Europe, but in financial services terms, our big competitors are the United States, Hong Kong and Singapore. And we just shouldn't lose sight of that by being sucked into a row with the EU over derivative trading, important though it is. But actually, the big picture here is we've got to have a global outlook. The UK and EU have been locked in negotiations since Brexit over a memorandum of understanding for the financial sector. Despite the negotiations, it is thought the EU will not grant equivalence to UK firms. The EU insisted it must have guarantees the UK will not drop taxes and regulations if equivalence were to be granted. By not having equivalence, UK firms must adhere to two sets of regulations rather than one, which has caused some to relocate to the continent. While this has seen Frankfurt and Amsterdam capture some moving from London, Mr. Ofalami claimed there will be adjustments as the UK moves forward with its long-term post-Brexit plan. Mr. Ofalami added, "Working out how the transition is going to take place is actually quite a complicated thing. It's never been done before, there isn't a map for it. I am actually much more sympathetic than some people appear to be. Some people have said financial services have been left out, but firstly, trade agreements don't typically have services. But more importantly, it's going to take some time to work out this relationship, it's not easy." The MP also called on increased scrutiny for Parliament over the financial sector and the creation of strict regulations. This comes in contrast to some who have called on a low taxes and low regulation Singapore on Thames model.